from the Holistic Equestrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm just about to do some distant energy healing for a mare, Rihanna. I've got her photo printed up in front of me. This just helps me to focus on her and to connect to her. The other things that I'll be using today is a chakra chart, which I can use with my pendulum. And the pendulum will give me a reading on any of the chakras that might be out of balance for Rihanna. I've also used some crystals and I've put them in a little grid, I suppose, sort of surrounding us and my tools. And I'm using amethyst and pink rose quartz. They're the two of my favourite crystals that I like to use when healing. Rose quartz is all about love and self-healing and self-worth, and amethyst is a very, very good overall healing crystal. I've also got selenite, a popped a candle in here, and I will light the candle again just to help me focus on the situation on what I'm doing here today. And I've got my little my little mare Gracie with me, and she will act as a bit of a surrogate for Rihanna. And again, I can use my pendulum, which I have here, and I can use this on the different chakra points as if I was with Rihanna, and just help her clear any imbalances. So they're the main tools that I'll be using today. I've also got a sheet here just to refer to of the endocrine systems that might be affected with the corresponding chakra that might have any issues. So I'll refer to that as well. So I don't have to be with you or your horses to offer the healing services that I do. It can be done at a distance anywhere in the world, which is handy as the world gets smaller, but we're all very distant from each other at the moment with the current circumstances. I'm just going to start by lighting my candle. Just take a moment just to focus in on Rihanna. Use her photo. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just use my pendulum. I don't know where to put my legs. And just ask the pendulum which of Rihanna's chakras might be out of balance. So again, I'm just going to take a second just to focus, so just bear with me. Enjoy the music in the background just while I take a moment just to connect to Rihanna and the pendulum, and just focusing on which chakra might be out of balance for her. So I'm just asking Rihanna here if she's happy for me to do some energy healing work with her. Now my crystal, this is my pendulum, so it's already programmed to me. So I already know the yeses and the nos. So going around in a circle is a yes. So I've asked her, I've tuned in with her and asked her if she's okay with me connecting and doing this energy work with her, and she said yes. So now I'm just going to ask her, which of the chakras does she need some support with? Just give the pendulum just a minute just to that would be her third eye. You can see how the pendulum's picked up its pace. It's also slightly covering the throat chakra as well from the position that I'm in. And actually it's just changed very much so there as well. So I think her two chakras here is the throat, speaking her truth, and the third eye is the areas that she'll need some support with. So that's very helpful. Just pop that there. So in terms of the endocrine system and the corresponding organs that are also linked with these two chakras, and I'll just use Grace here as a bit of an example. So that's her thyroid, lungs, again vocal like we spoke about. On us, our throat chakra is obvious, it's where our throat is, and you can help your throat chakra by just placing your hands on your own throat, or with a horse. You can either place your hands on their throat, away from the throat, and you can either sit with them and just send the intention. Intention has a lot to do with energy healing. In terms of the third eye, it's the lower brain, the left eye, the ears and the nose, and also the pituitary gland. So they're the ones there. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm just going to focus on this photo of Rihanna. Move Grace a little bit closer. And I'm just going to use my connection with her to just go through balancing the chakras for her. So we'll start at that third eye. So the crystal going backwards and forwards is all about clearing any blocked energy, and it will do this for as long as it needs to. I don't know if you can see on the camera, it's slowly starting to change into a more circular motion. So this is all about balancing the energies, whether it's overactive or underactive. The pendulum will just help balance it, and again, just take its time. And these movements are quite big, so it'll be interesting to see what they're like throughout. And again, so it's done what it needed to do in terms of balancing, and it's just finishing off its clearing, and then it will stop. Now, it may look like on the camera that I'm moving, and to some extent I am. If you try and hold your hand out for a period of time, there's gonna be some movement. But holding the pendulum up here to kind of get I'm gonna have to swing, I'm gonna have to really see my hand moving to be able to get that benefit, and that isn't the aim of the game. I get nothing back if I'm the one moving the pendulum. The healing is for the horse, and I let the pendulum do whatever it needs to do, and I don't influence that by flicking my wrist or moving my hand in any particular way. Like I say, nobody's going to benefit from that. So I appreciate that straight on that it can sometimes look like my hand is moving, and of course, like I say, you hold your hand out, there's going to be some movement, but that doesn't influence what the pendulum is doing. So we're going to move on now to the crown chakra. This one's smaller movements. I actually wish I had a bit of an arm rest, to be honest with you. See it going into the circular motion. A little bit more clearing and sealing the chakra. And then we stop. Oh, no, we're still going. And we stop. I might just bring my leg up and just rest. Oops. Okay. So we're going to go for the throat chakra. And I hope you can see this because I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to do this at the side of her neck. Normally I would do it above, but I just feel like I want to do it at her side of her neck. And again, if you're doing this kind of work, go with your gut feeling, go with that first thought, that first response, whether it's a word, a feeling, an intuition, go with it. There's a reason that that thought is coming into your head. You can't do anything wrong. You're not going to hurt the horse. And as long as they're accepting and they're open to it, there's a reason, and hopefully it's going to help them more. So I'm just going to hold the pendulum to the side. Just see what we get here. Just start that clearing. Okay, so I am moving my leg here because again I just want to position myself, or position the pendulum into the area that I think that it needs to be for her. And just give it a minute. So straight away it's going into a more circular movement rather than a clearing. Straight away it's trying to balance those energies. I'm probably looking around the C2, C3 area on her neck, maybe. A little bit of clearing there. It's a very gentle balance of this chakra. The crystal's doing, pendulum's doing quite fine movements, but I do feel quite intentional. And the crystal's just changed and going in the opposite direction. So next is the heart chakra. So for us, again, that's an obvious one. For horses, you can place your hand in front of their chest, but you can also do it over the wither. You can also use two hands and connect that way, and that will do the heart. And actually, I'm going to stay like this for the heart chakra. I'm just going to, again, just focus on that photo of her. When you're doing these things as well, you can do a heart connection with each other. So if you imagine a white light going from your heart to your horse's heart, or to a family member if you're trying to help them in their feelings, just again close your eyes, deep breaths, and just imagine a fine light between your heart and their heart. Okay. Solar plexus, if I can show you one here. Often horses can be quite sensitive on the backs of their stomachs, so I would suggest going from above rather than from below. But again, intuition, what your horse is asking for, what you're drawn to be doing, go with it. Quite a lot going on in this one. I know I say it on every video, but I really do hope that you can see the changes and the difference in the pendulum and the way that it moves. So it's gone from swinging around in a circle to swinging side to side. Moving on. And even if you're doing, say you're doing the sacral chakra, and you think, oh, I think she'd like a little bit more on her heart, you can place your hands. Just use your hands. And the same, so we've gone to the root chakra. You might feel, you place your hand on your heart, have that connection with her. So this is the root chakra. All about feeling grounded. And remember to breathe. When you're doing any energy work, it's very easy to get caught up in the moment. Just remember to breathe and to keep yourself relaxed so that the energy doesn't get stuck as well. So that is pretty much the energy healing session for Rihanna. It was just a short session, can easily be made longer, and there's other things that can be incorporated. But yeah, I hope that's given you a little bit of insight into how I can do my distant healing sessions and how maybe they can help you or your horse. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.